You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 5.
We are now about an hour away from President Trump's meeting with Vladimir Putin, the issues they plan on discussing.
Plus, construction begins today at a Suncoast bridge. We're going to tell you where and what you can expect.
And Target is helping out teachers all week long, the discounts they can receive. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now. Good morning, early risers. The weekend is now officially over.
Oh, sad news.
5 o'clock. She's not kidding. It is July 16th. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Stephanie Webb. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Suncoast. All right, so how's our official week going to kick off today weather-wise, John Scalzi?
Yeah, not bad. I think today will be very similar to yesterday. If you'll recall, we had a few scattered showers near the coast in the morning hours, but then by afternoon, everything kind of moved inland and the coastline stayed dry as a bone. I think that'll be kind of a similar sort of situation developing today. Things change, though, as we head into the week ahead. We'll be discussing that in detail. Currently, temperatures are mild outside, no other way to put it. 77 degrees Mayaca, 79 degrees in Venice, already 80 in Inglewood and 82 at Longboat Key this morning. So plenty of sunshine to greet you today. We do have a few scattered showers still in progress out in the Gulf waters. The most of the rain is located down around Fort Myers, but we still have some scattered showers here locally, and I think that will continue on through the morning hour. They're all offshore, but I think we have a better chance of seeing them move closer to the shore during the later morning and then toward around noontime, lunchtime. Then everything shifts inland. A lot of sunshine, as I mentioned. A few fair weather clouds have moved past, but nothing really that'll mar getting enough sunshine to boost our temperatures quickly into the 80s. We'll be at about 90 degrees by the time we hit 12 noon with a 20% chance of rainfall. Then everything shifts inland. Okay, we'll have the complete forecast for you coming up in just a few. Back to you guys.
Deal. Thank you, John. There's the roads right now. There is an issue already around the Bayshore Gardens area in Manatee County. If we click on that icon, we'll find out more about that. A lane is blocked at 26th Street and Bayshore Gardens, not too far from a campus right there, so be aware of that. Otherwise, pretty clear in Manatee County. Farther south, the Bayfront showing some buildup southbound from the Ringling Causeway to the start of the 301. And then farther south, our final map will show not much, a little buildup there on 75 southbound as you head into Charlotte County. President Trump is meeting this morning with Russian President Vladimir Putin. We're hoping to show you a live shot of Finland where the two leaders will be meeting. One question is what Putin will say about some Russians being accused of meddling to help President Trump win back in 2016. President Trump now blames President Obama for a bad relationship with Russia after the indictment of 12 Russian intelligence agents. ABC's Molly Hunter has the latest from the summit in Helsinki.
Waking up in Helsinki, President Trump joined the president of Finland for breakfast this morning before his big day. Wasting no time, he tweeted this morning, "Our relationship with Russia has never been worse thanks to many years of U.S. foolishness and stupidity, and now the rigged witch hunt." This summit with Russian President Vladimir Putin starts with a one-on-one, and their interpreters are the only additional bodies in the room. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov told Russia today that that's the way the Americans wanted it. With no published agenda and no stated objectives, the president told CBS News he's going in with an open mind.
Nothing bad's going to come out of it, and maybe some good will come out, but I go in with low expectations.
On his way to Helsinki, he tempered expectations, tweeting from Air Force One, "No matter how well I do at the summit, I would return to criticism that it wasn't good enough."
Well, good afternoon.
After the Department of Justice indicted 12 Russian agents last week, Democrats called on Trump to scrap the meeting, saying they didn't trust Trump to confront Putin about Russia's role in the 2016 election. President Trump told reporters last week he'd ask Putin if he meddled in the election. His national security advisor, John Bolton, told ABC News' John Carl that the indictments actually give Trump some leverage.
I think the president can put this on the table and say, this is a serious matter. We need to talk about it.
And for Russia, they want to leave here with normalized diplomatic communications. Also likely on the table today, Ukraine and Syria. But when President Trump was asked this morning if he had a message for Putin, he just said, "We'll be fine. We'll see." Molly Hunter, ABC News, Helsinki.
And demonstrators are gathering in Finland to protest that summit between the two presidents. U.S. lawmakers, mostly Democrats, want Trump to cancel the summit after Special Counsel Robert Mueller handed down charges against 12 Russian intelligence officers, accusing them of cyber attacks on the email accounts of staff for Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign. Well, back here at home, today kicks off a new project in the area, road work in the hopes of stopping wastewater spills and leaks into the Palmasola Bay, which is located between Manatee Avenue and Cortez Road.
Yeah, State Road 64 near the Anna Maria Island area. Marla Spence joins us now with a preview of that project on the causeway. Marla?
Good morning, guys. As you can see, workers are ready to begin that project this morning. As you can see, cones have already lined the road as construction workers will be out here to fix a 12-inch forced main sewer line. Now, this comes after the sewer line have already been in place and it was aged and it's caused several spills and beach closures over the last few years. Today, work will officially begin once and for all to fix that issue. And because road work will be happening here on the Palmasola Causeway, there could be some slowdowns and traffic delays today, but there will not be any lane closures. So this project is expected to kick off today and is expected to last for a while up until January 8th. Reporting live in Palmasola Bay, I'm Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you so much, Marla. We've got more information. This one has to do with wildfires are now raging across the country. One forest fire has claimed the life of a firefighter and forced a national park to close. Now, the Ferguson fire broke out Friday near Yosemite National Park and has scorched 7 square miles since. It was burning out of control, so far out of control that officials ended up having to shut off the electricity in the area just as a precaution. Evacuations were also ordered in a few areas just outside of Yosemite. Now, this latest fire is just one of 56 large wildfires that are now active across the country right now.
A little farther south from there, one man is dead in New Mexico after a police-involved shooting. Police say they pulled over a car that was speeding, and during the traffic stop, police noticed the car's paperwork didn't match the license plate. The passenger in the car is the one who fired at police, they say. The driver isn't facing charges.
During that altercation, a shot was fired, striking our officer. Our officer fired his weapon, and at that time the suspect died.
The shooting closed one direction of the interstate for several hours.
U.S. and North Korean officials are going to resume searches for the over 5,000 Americans who never returned home from the Korean War. Now, it was actually a program between the two countries that began way back in 1996, but was suspended in 2005. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo made the announcement yesterday after saying that his talks with North Korean officials were, quote, productive. Now, in addition to this search, the U.S. and North Korean officials are also working to transfer the remains of what could be 200 American service members that have been held there since the war ended. About 100 sets of remains have now been sent to the demilitarized zone in the past few weeks to get ready for transportation back here to the U.S.
Students head back to class next month, and one store is offering a discount for teachers to save on back-to-school supplies. This week, Target is offering teachers a 15% discount on things like crayons, organizers, markers, and more. One first-year teacher says she is grateful for this opportunity as she's already spent a lot for school supplies.
I think it's awesome that they're offering that to educators because as a teacher, I know that I've already spent so much money in my classroom. So I think it's an awesome opportunity to save a little bit of money on stuff that I'm going to buy anyway. So.
The discount is for all teachers at all stores nationwide. The sale ends this Saturday, July 21st.
All right, well, start warming up your fingers, folks. Amazon Prime Day is here. It officially kicks off today at 3 o'clock and it runs through 3 o'clock Wednesday afternoon, a full 36 hours this time. Amazon says there are over 1 million items on sale for this year's Prime Day. What's new this year? Big deals on Whole Foods, so you can score some grocery deals as well. Amazon, of course, bought the chain last year for around $13 billion, so this year can throw in a few food deals in the mix, as well as getting free 2-day shipping on many of those items on sale.
Happening today, a program will assist veterans with legal services. The Bay Pines VA Healthcare System Medical Legal Partnership Program has partnered with the Stetson University Veterans Law Institute to help vets. The program continues through December. It's being held locally at the VA Outpatient Clinic on Bee Ridge near Honore from 9:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, angry protesters take to the streets in Chicago after police shot a man who they say ran from them. What the newly released body cam video shows, the victim had in his pocket.
And later in the hour, if you are in the market for a new job, you don't want to miss this. We're going to tell you about a huge job fair taking place this week. We're going to tell you where, when, and what jobs they're hiring for. But first,
here's a peek outside our window at the scene right now. Very peaceful out there in the Rosemary District. What's the forecast hold for us today, John?
Well, we'll have a few coastal showers, but they'll be few and far between, followed by inland showers later in the afternoon. We've got a west wind pattern today that we had on Sunday as well. So I haven't checked any of the boxes. That's not to say you couldn't see a brief shower on your commute to work if you live near the coast, and certainly a shower as you commute home from work if you live inland. But they should not be all that heavy, except in the afternoon. Some of those inland showers could be lingering. None of the airport hubs serving Sarasota International running with any delays today. We're looking at pretty nice conditions this afternoon. We'll talk about the detailed forecast coming up in a few.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong, a place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local boys and girls clubs. Great futures start here.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented. That's right, half. Nearly 50%, mostly by making small everyday changes in your diet and controlling your weight, walking more, eating less, and eating foods that help you and your family to seriously reduce the risk of cancer. And of course, by not smoking. Visit the Cancer Prevention Together We Can website and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, stats, and more about protecting your family. Go to prevent50.org.
Are you a soccer mom or dad? Regardless of their age or experience level, when your kids play soccer or any other sport, there's one person on the sideline who is key to help recognize and seek medical care for sports-related concussion. It's you. You need to know the signs and symptoms of concussion, and you need to act if you think your child has been injured. Remember, when in doubt, sit them out. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004.
We've all heard how military veterans adjusting to the civilian world may have certain issues.
30. 70.
If only everyone had this issue. No matter what challenge they face, Easter Seals is here for America's veterans.
I took my first handful of pills, and that's when all my priorities seemed to change.
He would ask to use the bathroom in other people's homes.
He just assumed that they would have medication.
He'd go in their medicine cabinets and steal prescription drugs.
I wish I knew really what these prescription pills were.
We were so naive about the whole drug thing.
These are all synthetic forms of heroin.
Keep your medication locked up because you'll never notice that a pill is gone.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Hi, I'm Janelle Hale, founder and CEO of the National Breast Cancer Foundation. No one should face breast cancer alone. When I was diagnosed 36 years ago, there was no internet, and I had to make a decision with little information. Early detection saved my life. It could save yours too. To learn what every woman needs to know about breast cancer, visit nbcf.org/hope.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
78 degrees currently the air temperature. We have relative humidity at 93%, so it's kind of sticky out there. We have a dew point value way up there at 76, making it feel kind of humid this afternoon, I think, as well. 81 degrees already, our heat index. Now we have calm winds, which means that the showers that are forming kind of in response to land breezes are not moving all that much. They're basically going to die out in place. But as we progress through the morning and we start to heat things up, we'll start to increase our rain chances near the coastline until we get to probably 9, 10 o'clock. We'll put them at 20%, hold them there through the noontime hour, then start to decrease as we head into the afternoon as those showers begin to be pushed inland. We'll develop a general westerly wind or southwesterly wind that'll be with us throughout the morning and into the afternoon. By 7 p.m., I think it's going to be absolutely gorgeous near the beaches, as most everything will have moved inland. Tomorrow morning, we'll do it all again, except I think we'll probably up the rain chances as we have a little trough of low pressure to the north of us that'll be sinking southward with time, particularly as we get into midweek. Few showers down near the southern tip of the state, most particularly, and we have really showers all along the coastline here and there, kind of dotting the landscape. Right now, the closest shower is located way out in Gulf waters, and these are not moving all that much. They're kind of just sitting there, raining themselves out. I think as we head into the 9, 10 o'clock hour, we'll start to see a few of these showers that are popping up here begin to drift closer to our coastline. We'll start to develop a kind of westerly flow. You can see aloft, though, the winds are still out of the northeast, and that's still producing this cloud cover that kind of sinks southward. That will continue throughout the day today, but you'll notice a kind of a concentration of cloud cover just located in the center part of the deep south, or northern part of the deep south. That is a frontal boundary, and that frontal boundary will be sinking southward and kind of stall out just to our north with time. That will help to encourage a few more showers around as we head into the midweek period. These scattered showers out in the Gulf are no big deal. This line of showers that you see way out there, all part of Beryl that continues to drift northward, it kind of regenerated a little bit over the weekend. Now it's fallen apart once again, so it really isn't any player in the tropical weather pattern weather scene. High pressure out in Gulf waters will continue on for several more days. This trough of low pressure will continue to kind of pull a little bit further to the south. We develop showers and thunderstorms that basically build in inland areas today as the east and west coast sea breezes kind of collide and maybe favoring the other coast just a little bit over the next several days. So we'll call it a less than average rain chance today. Best rain chances will be inland along the spine of the state. And right now, the tropics are pretty calm out there, so that's good news. We'll watch the futurecast put into motion. You'll see what I'm talking about. We'll head through the day starting now, move it through time, and you'll see a couple of these showers beginning to get closer to us by noon. Best chance of rainfall near the coast, and then boom, everything starts to move inland as we head into 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, leaving the coast very quiet with only a few fair weather clouds around. So the forecast looks like this. If you're going to be boating today, should be pretty nice. Watch out for those morning showers. By afternoon, I think you'll be able to forget about it. Southwest wind coming in at about 10. Forecast looks like this. Today, hot because we won't have those cooling showers, 92, 20% chance of showers. We'll up the rain chances a little bit tomorrow and Wednesday, but then I think by later midweek, our best rain chances, that trough of low pressure sinks southward. And then as we head into the weekend, pretty typical stuff, 40 to 50% chances of rain. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks so much, John. Let's take a look outside and check out your first alert traffic. We do have one thing to tell you about right there in Manatee County at Bayshore Gardens Parkway. There's a lane blocked at 26th Street. Again, Bayshore Gardens Parkway, there is a lane blocked right there at 26th Street. Other than that, not too much going on right now in Manatee County. So far in Sarasota County, in the top half, those roads are actually looking pretty decent. Not too much going on at this hour. A little bit farther south, 75, 41, both are running pretty smooth if you're headed towards Port Charlotte area. It is 5:18. That is First Alert Traffic.
Body cam video has been released in Chicago after police there shot a man who ran from them Saturday night. Protesters, as you see, have since rallied against police. ABC's Linda Lopez has the latest.
Police releasing two versions of the body cam video. One version slowed down, showing 37-year-old Harith Augustus's fatal encounter with police on Chicago's South Side. Police are seen approaching Augustus, saying they believed he had a gun. Police reach for Augustus, who pulls away and begins backing away toward the street. His shirt coming up to reveal what police say is a semi-automatic weapon near his waist. After he appears to put his hand near the gun, officers open fire. Police Superintendent Eddie Johnson releasing the video after consulting with Augustus's family and after mounting pressure. Protesters taking immediately to the streets Saturday where Augustus was killed. Clashes between police and protesters, leaving 4 injured. Superintendent Johnson saying he wanted to clear up any misinformation about the shooting, but not saying if he believed the shooting was justified.
You know, these things happen in a split second, and officers have to make decisions quickly. They don't have the luxury of looking at video later.
Protesters were back on the streets after that body cam video was released in smaller numbers, but still demanding answers. And we're learning more about the officer who fired those shots. That officer is still in his probationary period, and he's now on desk duty, which is standard procedure after a police-involved shooting. Linda Lopez, ABC News, New York.
Still to come on Good Morning Suncoast, Prime Day is finally here. We've got more on just what you need to know about Amazon's massive midsummer shopping extravaganza, including where the best deals are. We're going to tell you all about it coming up in today's Tech Bites.
And a hearing today for families separated at the border, what this could mean going forward. But first, a live shot for you now from Helsinki, Finland. This is where the summit begins in about 40 minutes between President Trump and Russian leader Vladimir Putin. It's right now 12:20 p.m. Finland time. President Trump says he's arrived with low expectations. This is all in the wake of 12 Russian military intelligence officers indicted for helping him win the election back in 2016. We'll have a special report, by the way, at the top of the hour at 6. For now, you're watching Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7.
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind your meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
Ever since I can remember, I've been intrigued by industrial design and the optimization.
Wait, that's passion? Ever since I can remember, my passion has been industrial design. We need 3D printers for Miss Adams' engineering program so that we are ready to solve 21st century challenges.
Impressive. Think It Up is a new initiative to support student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classroom today? Think It Up.
There was this big bruise on my friend's face. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to think her own nephew could have hit her.
I didn't want to see it. My mother's bank account was emptied, and a caregiver had taken control of it.
I didn't want to see it. My father's refrigerator, there was hardly anything in it. That's unusual for him.
It's tough to see that a senior citizen is being abused, physically, emotionally, sexually, or financially. Elder abuse is a crime.
So see the signs, stop the crimes. You now have the power to prioritize your Facebook feed and get local news and information from the team you trust. Go to the ABC7 Sarasota page on Facebook. Give us a like, then click following and choose See First. That's it. Customize even more by choosing notifications. Choose breaking news, posts, live videos, anything you want to see in real time. Take control of your newsfeed and stay connected to what's happening in your community with ABC7 on Facebook.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish!
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
All right, check this out. Caught on camera, this whale finally set free in Australia after getting tangled up and trapped in some shark nets. Now, this video is actually shot by an Australian TV network, shows some crews from several different groups trying to rescue the whale and finally get it cut out of all those nets. Now, thankfully, it didn't take them long, though, before that whale was set free and back on its way. Well, as we've slightly mentioned all morning, it is Amazon Prime Day.
Excited.
Commercial breaks. So what are the best deals out there, and how can you get the most of one of the biggest online shopping events of the year?
Here are today's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Amazon Prime Day today. The annual online shopping event starts this afternoon and runs for 36 hours.
Experts say do some research to determine if the deal you're interested in really is a good deal, and they say you should check out other retail sites that are also offering sales. Next, underwater jetpack is the work of a college student in Britain.
It was created almost entirely using a 3D printer, and the designer has been testing it in swimming pools. He's hoping to have the first production models ready in just under a year. Finally, how about a second life for the Segway?
Reports say the company behind the scooter will offer a new kit that will change your Segway into a go-kart complete with brakes, a steering wheel, and run-flat tires. It's said to be adjustable so kids and grown-ups can use it. The kit could be launched next week.
Looks very cool. Those are your Tech Bites.
Have a great day.
Tech Bites, sponsored by Xeljanz.
Your mornings were made for better things than psoriatic arthritis. As you and your rheumatologist consider treatments, ask if Xeljanz XR is right for you. Xeljanz XR is a once-daily pill for psoriatic arthritis. Taken with methotrexate or similar medicines, it can reduce joint pain, swelling, and significantly improve physical function. Xeljanz XR can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections, lymphoma, and other cancers have happened. Don't start Xeljanz XR if you have an infection. Tears in the stomach or intestines, low blood cell counts, and higher liver tests and cholesterol levels have happened. Your doctor should perform blood tests before you start and while taking Xeljanz XR and monitor certain liver tests. Tell your doctor if you are in a region where fungal infections are common and if you have had TB, hepatitis B or C, or are prone to infections. Xeljanz XR can reduce the symptoms of psoriatic arthritis. Don't let another morning go by without talking to your rheumatologist about Xeljanz XR.
Everything all right? Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery? Sure. We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
The ABC7 First Alert weather app just got even better. It's easy to use once you download it. First, tell the app to follow you, so you get alerts pinpointed to exactly where you are. Then customize your settings with all the places you go, from the beach to grandmother's house. Get accurate alerts for everyone you care about. You can even pick which weather alerts and categories you want and what they sound like. More ways to customize and more ways to keep your family safe. Download the ABC7 First Alert weather app today.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah.
It's been about a month, and I can honestly say I've seen the change in me. I went from being a depressed girl who didn't want help to this happy, caring girl who loves helping other people. I just really hope that people that went through what I went through get the help that they need, because their story is important and they are loved. Thank you so much for everything.
My name is Haley. I have Fragile X syndrome. I work with Chartwells at Einstein's and FAU. I like being up front and interacting with students. The students are very nice and very hungry. Having a job is a big ticket for independence.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Selfless service is the principle that guides Army National Guard soldiers to be ready whenever disaster strikes. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times. Selfless service. It's what inspires the men and women of the Army National Guard to be part of something greater than themselves. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 5:30.
Today, President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin meeting one-on-one in less than an hour. We're going to tell you what's on the agenda for today.
Happening today, a court hearing taking place to clarify the plan for the immigrant families separated at the border.
And sometimes it's okay to come in second place. Croatia still celebrating this morning a narrow defeat to France in this weekend's World Cup. Those stories and your Monday forecast right now on Good Morning Suncoast.
Yeah, high-scoring game.
I know.
6 goals in a soccer game.
I know, but it was a good matchup, though.
Yep.
It was good stuff. A lot of eyes focused on that over the weekend.
Yeah.
Well, it is 5:30 on this Monday morning. Something else a lot of eyes focused on less than an hour away, that big meeting between Trump and Putin.
Yeah, that starts in half an hour. We'll have a special report for you at the top of the hour. But first, let's get to the man of this hour, John Scalzi.
Looks pretty good for us today, and no doubt about that. We have some mild temperatures, a little bit of rainfall over the weekend. Richard in Northport came in with 1.5 inches of rainfall on Saturday, nothing on Sunday. She's got 75 degrees there. Becky in Omayaka has 69 degrees at her house in Omayaka. We're looking at temperatures that are generally running a little warmer than that. 77 Wauchula, Arcadia, Mayaka. 81 degrees in Longboat Key already, and the same thing in Inglewood at 80 degrees. 79 degrees in Venice, 78 in Sarasota, 77 in Bradenton. Looking at a little bit of rainfall out in Gulf waters, but really not a big deal. None of it very heavy. There's a few pops of lightning down around Fort Myers. The general motion of these showers is very slow creep to the north, but basically they're raining out in place. Don't expect to see a lot of the showers that you see on radar right here bothering us on land for the morning commute. I think the morning commute will be rain-free. We'll probably pick up a shower or two starting around 10 o'clock near the coastline, and then those showers will gradually drift inland as we head into the afternoon. A mix of sun and fair weather clouds boosting our temperatures pretty rapidly into the mid-80s, eventually to the 90s, 90 degrees by the time we hit lunchtime, and then we'll probably max out our rain chance near the coast at about 20%. That's it. Then everything moves inland. We'll have the complete forecast for perhaps a little bit wetter week ahead coming up in just a few.
All right, thank you, John. Talk to you soon. Checking traffic now. Still an ongoing issue at Bayshore Gardens westbound. Just a lane is blocked right there at 26th Street. Not a major issue. There's certainly 3 other lanes, but that's 1 lane blocked right now. Checking farther south now, the northern half of Sarasota County, 301 northbound as you head toward University. Also, a bit of congestion there on Bee Ridge Road, eastbound, as you go from Tuttle toward Beneva. And then our final map to the south will show us a little buildup there still on 75 southbound as you head toward Charlotte County. 5:32 right now.
Well, today kicks off a new project in the area, road work, in the hopes of stopping some wastewater spills and leaks into the Palmasola Bay, which is located between Manatee Avenue and Cortez Road.
Marla Spence has a preview now of that project. She is live on the scene. Marla?
Hey guys, as you can see, the road is ready for workers to begin replacing a forced main sewer line. As you can see behind me, there are lined barrels, construction barrels that are lined up against the road, and as well as a pile of what seems to be the road that has already been dug up for that construction work to begin this morning. Now, it's a line that has caused several wastewater spills into the Palmasola Bay. They're going to be fixing a 12-inch forced main sewer line. Now, the city says that line that is being replaced was just too old, and that's what's caused some of those spills over the past few years. Now, road work here on the causeway may cause some traffic delays and backups, but the good news here is that there will be no lane closures associated with this road work. Now, work to the sewer line is in hopes of stopping future spills, and it will be taking about 6 months to complete. Is expected to be done come January 8th of 2019. Reporting at the Palmasola Causeway, I'm Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you so much, Marla. Well, we are less than a half an hour away from a big meeting. President Trump one-on-one with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Here's a live shot right now out of Finland where the meeting is going to be taking place shortly. Now, inside the room, there will be only translators in there. Trump says he has no expectations for this meeting. The White House says just those two getting together for something like this is an accomplishment on its own.
A federal judge has an important meeting later on today about immigrants seeking asylum in the U.S. and the children they are often separated from in the process. Reporter Andrew Spencer tells us what's next.
Yolani Padilla and her 6-year-old son are together again, almost 2 months after they were separated at the U.S.-Mexico border. She said it was difficult to explain how she felt because being reunited with her son was such a big moment. Catholic Charities San Antonio has been helping many families through this process by providing food, clothes, and other basic necessities.
Once that they connected, within minutes, I mean, you couldn't get them apart. And it was the same thing. Every single family that we saw this week, they were just with each other, you know, grabbing each other like they're never going to be separated again.
More than 2,500 kids between the ages of 5 and 17 are supposed to be reunited with their parents by July 26th, the court-ordered deadline. But the Department of Health and Human Services has said a significant number of those minors cannot or should not be reunited with the adults from whom they were separated. In a court filing Sunday, the Department of Justice made it clear that officials do not want to reunite a child without confirmation of who the parent is and assurances that the child will be safe. Last Friday, HHS took issue with the court truncating the vetting process, saying it increases the risk that HHS will reunify a child with a parent who will abuse them. The judge called that nothing but cover, saying, quote, it portrays a very grudging reluctance to do things and then ultimately says we are doing truncated procedures and if anything goes wrong, it is on the court. That's the message, the judge said, and it's not appreciated. I'm Andrew Spencer reporting.
On the Big Island of Hawaii, a summit collapse caused even more lava levels to rise. In fact, the explosive event gave off energy equal to that of a magnitude 5.4 earthquake.
Private property in Cuba? Well, it's one of several changes included in a plan to modify that island's constitution. Another change will be to limit the president to serve just 2 consecutive 5-year terms. That'll be a big change there. The proposals will be debated this weekend during a National Assembly session. It's among the 224 issues in a proposed Cuban constitution. A war of words has broken out in the wake of that cave rescue of the young soccer team last week in Thailand. British diver Vern Unsworth responded to Elon Musk's comments saying people realize what sort of guy he is. Musk was going to send mini submarines over, which prompted a British diver named Unsworth to call that a publicity stunt, which caused Musk to call him a pedo guy, as in pedophile. Well, that tweet was later deleted, but now Unsworth is considering legal action.
How disrespectful was he to you? I believe he's called me a paedophile. Well, by definition, you know, rescuing 12 young boys, that by definition, that puts everybody else in the same context.
After everything you've done, how does it make you feel when he goes and puts that out there to the world?
I'm not going to make any further comment about him, but I think people realise what sort of guy he is.
Would you consider taking legal action against him?
His answer was yes, by the way. Each rescued boy was escorted through the cave by 2 divers, each of them holding an oxygen tank.
Florida Highway Patrol wants to help reduce accidents in Manatee County. Starting today, they're introducing a new program. It's known as PEDS, which stands for Pedestrians, Education, and Developing Safety. Now, FHP says the idea is to lower the number of injuries and deaths through education and enforcement. They're going to be focusing on areas extra prone to pedestrian and bicyclist crashes.
Despite losing the World Cup on Sunday, Croatian fans still celebrated their soccer team's second-place finish. France defeated Croatia 4-2 Sunday in Moscow. This is the best they've done, though, in the World Cup in a long time. They had not reached the top 4 since 1998 when they finished 3rd. As for France, celebrations there are even bigger today.
In need of a job? Well, if so, there's a huge job fair going on tomorrow. It's being held by Career Source at the Van Wezel. It's a big one. More than 30 employers from Manatee and Sarasota counties are going to be meeting with job seekers to interview. Some will even be hiring right there on the spot. Now, some of the job offers include Manatee County Government, Spectrum, Sarasota Memorial Hospital, the Manatee County Sheriff's Office, Ringling Museum, and many more, all participating. It's running from 10 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon. Now, be sure to bring copies of your resume, any certificates that you hold, and of course, dress to impress. Still to come, it is a video that has gone viral. What one woman claims a CVS manager did after refusing to take her coupon. Let's just say this one escalated quickly. We'll tell you the story right after the break, but first.
Here's a shot outside our studio at the downtown skyline. Pretty shot right there. John Scalzi's tracking the red tide on the coastline today.
Indeed. Thank you, Ray. Good breaking news here. We have no reports of red tide areas in the area at any of our beaches. I love that. Now we'll watch and see if that trend continues as we get new reports coming in today at about 10, 11 o'clock, and we'll have those for you at the noon hour. But so far, westerly wind continuing on today should pose not much of a problem if these readings continue to hold true. So good news there. Your beach walk forecast calls then for 4 balls out of 4. Looking for a beautiful afternoon with a west wind developing, plenty of sunshine, and great water conditions. Complete forecast coming up in a few.
I witnessed him have 2 heart attacks in ICU. He went through seizures.
We'd much rather have Aaron like this than dead. A lot of parents don't have that luxury.
He can't talk. He can't walk. This is a condition Aaron will live with for the rest of his life because he abused prescription pills.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
At Boys and Girls Clubs, it's not just about trying new things.
Tanya, come here.
Learning the right steps. 2, 3, 4. Or making contact. It's not just about exploring the future. It's about helping them build it. It's about making a connection. It's about proving every kid and teen who enters our doors has what it takes. Great futures start here.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first.
They stand ready to respond to any crisis.
I will never accept defeat.
They serve in their communities as citizens and as soldiers.
I will never quit.
They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at NationalGuard.com.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jeffy Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
It's summer on the Suncoast, and you know what that means. It's Friday Fest season.
And you are invited. Join ABC7 for the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall's free outdoor summertime concert series. Groove to the funk and soul of music by Florida's own Reverend Barry and the Funk on July 27th, featuring originals and covers by Earth, Wind & Fire, The Commodores, Kool and the Gang, and Prince.
For more information, go to this number or go to mysuncoast.com/FridayFest.
Now your ABC7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Swirling in an air temperature coming in at 78 degrees with a dew point value coming in at 76. It's a nice start to the day, although just a little on the muggy side perhaps. Already an air temperature, feels like heat index air temperature of 81 degrees. The actual air temperature is 78 as I mentioned. Calm winds right now causing showers that have developed out in the Gulf to move very slowly. As we head through the morning, we'll start to develop more of a westerly wind flow. It's a kind of a deep layer westerly wind flow that will develop, and that'll produce some showers. By around, I'd say noontime will be our best chance of rainfall. As we progress through the morning, our rain chances start to increase. As we get into the noontime hour, they'll max out, but only at about 20% along the coastline. Inland, your rain chances are going to be better, and those rain chances inland will start to go up as the coastal rain chances begin to decrease around 3 o'clock or so, 3 to 5 o'clock. Inland, you're going to see a rain chance probably of about 50%. And then all of that continues to move eastward toward the other coast, and we all dry out inland and near the coast by around 7 p.m. this evening. So you see the scattered showers that are around. I mean, they're certainly fairly widespread. They're just not all that strong and not all that concentrated. They're just kind of out there in Gulf waters. They're near shore. They're up and down along the coast. The highest concentration is down to the south around Fort Myers. Otherwise, looking pretty quiet right now for your morning commute. Everything's kind of out there in the Gulf, raining itself out. As we head through the afternoon, we'll start to see the sea breeze begin to build, kind of undercutting the general northeasterly flow that we have aloft that's producing these high feathery clouds and lightweight clouds. Nothing here that's really going to prevent us from getting much in the way of an obscured sky. We're going to get sunshine today, and the sunshine will help boost our temperatures and start to get a sea breeze that'll be reinforced generally by a westerly wind flow pushing everything toward the other coast. You'll notice this kind of line of clouds, this higher concentration of cloud cover in the center part of the country, east coast. That is a little trough of low pressure that's beginning to develop, which will sink south, sag south actually, a surface reflection, upper level reflection of a surface trough, this little frontal boundary that'll be sinking south, triggering off showers and increasing our rain chances a little bit as well. Right now it's giving us this nice westerly wind flow, which will continue throughout the next couple of days, I think. High pressure will be the dominant feature. However, what it will do, I think, is kind of concentrate moisture a little bit in North Florida and north central Florida and up our rain chances a bit as this kind of little moisture slug sinks southward. For the next couple of days, I think our rain chances are going to really maximize and concentrate in inland areas, and then those showers will kind of drift toward the other coast. So the East Coast, I think, will be a favored location for seeing some of the stronger storms over the next several days. Less than average rainfall, we'll call it, with that westerly wind developing, and then the best chance of rainfall inland. The futurecast shows those few showers near the coast building into inland areas later in the morning and early afternoon, and then everything kind of drifts off toward the other coast with time. Now, here's why I think our rain chances might be going up midweek. Remember, this is the amount of moisture that's available for rainfall, and on this graphic, redder is wetter. And we have some redder contours to the north of us, some deeper moisture there. As we progress through time, this kind of rotates southward just a little bit. And so we start to increase the amount of moisture that's over us as we head into Thursday, Friday. And so I think our rain chances are going to kind of spike up at that point. Just as we had some drier air filter in for Sunday, today we're also going to be kind of on the dry side. We wait for that moisture to arrive later midweek. 10-knot wind for boaters should be okay. There'll be some scattered showers out there for the first half of the day. That'll move inland in the second half of the day, providing you with some pretty nice boating weather. Tuesday and Wednesday will hold the rain chance at about 40%. Again, mostly during the coastline in the morning, followed by inland showers in the afternoon. I think by Thursday and Friday we can up our rain chances fairly significantly as that moisture begins to sink southward. And then as we head into the weekend, kind of a standard 40 to 50% chance of rainfall should do it. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks so much, John. Let's take a look outside and check that first alert traffic. Not too much going on in Manatee County. We do have one accident right there at Bayshore Gardens Parkway in the westbound lane. There's a lane blocked right there at 26th Street. Again, Bayshore Gardens Parkway, westbound lane that's blocked right there at 26th Street. Other than that, not too much going on in Manatee County. In the top half of Sarasota County, those roads are looking pretty smooth as well. Not too much going on there either. And if you're heading a little bit farther south in the area, both 75 and 41 are running pretty smooth so far at this hour. It is 5:48, and that is your first alert traffic. Well, one Chicago woman claims a CVS drugstore manager called police on her when she tried to redeem a coupon at his store. Now, the woman, who is black, took out her phone and recorded their exchange. Now, the manager was captured on her cell phone video calling 911 when she tried to use a coupon. Now, she claims that he told her he couldn't accept the coupon because it looked fraudulent. But she says they never even scanned the coupon to see if it was real. Now, that incident escalated quickly, and then he called 911.
I don't take issue with them refusing the coupon. There's a way to do that.
Now, CVS has apologized to the woman and says the employees involved will not be working in the store pending the finding of their investigation. The video, of course, has since gone viral on social media with the hashtag CouponCarl.
A new movie about middle school is getting an A, at least at the box office. David Daniel has the Hollywood Minute.
Being yourself is like not changing yourself to impress someone else.
8th grade is impressing plenty of people. The critically acclaimed indie drama set a record this weekend, debuting in 4 theaters and earning $256,000. That's more than $64,000 a theater, the best per screen average this year.
We're not yet at the finished stage.
Henry Cavill is apologizing for statements he made about the Me Too movement. The Superman actor told GQ Australia stuff has to change absolutely, but also that chasing a woman is difficult if there are certain rules in place, because then it's like, well, I don't want to go up and talk to her because I'm going to be called a rapist or something. After a swift backlash online, Cavill released a statement apologizing for any confusion and misunderstanding, adding, "I have always and will continue to hold women in the highest of regard."
Do not play into their hands. Our hatred is precisely what they hope for. I know your heart has more within it than the men who counsel you. You would do well to watch your words. I will not be scolded by my inferior. You're inferior.
2 of this year's Best Actress Oscar nominees, Saoirse Ronan and Margot Robbie, square off as cousins and rivals in Mary, Queen of Scots. The first trailer for the historical drama just dropped. The movie opens in December. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Well, here's your warm and fuzzy of the morning. 1 year later, a California photographer and her 6 Disney princesses reunite, and that reunion has since gone viral. In 2017, Karen Marie dressed up these 6 newborns, each one representing a different Disney princess. Now, the Belly Beautiful Portraits posted the picture on its Facebook page at the time, and at the time it received over 17 million views, even landed Marie a gig with Disney. Now they're all celebrating their first birthday, and she dressed them up again as Disney princesses one more time. Love that story so much.
They're all growing up,
They
aren't
are growing up. Maybe they need to do it when they're like 16.
Yeah.
Which they will hate. But there's a picture at one of all the little kids.
All right, 5:52 right now. Here's a live shot from Helsinki, where Vladimir Putin's arriving for the meeting with President Trump.
That is right. So much on the line this morning. A lot of pressure on President Trump. A lot of people want him to talk about Russia's interference in the 2016 election. They also want him to put pressure on Putin about the involvement in Syria and the Ukraine. So a lot of things on the line, but Trump says so far he's going into the meeting with some low expectations.
We will have a special report from ABC at the top of the hour, but first, take a break, come back with some headlines on ABC 7.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Hunger is a growing problem in our area, and a huge number of Suncoast residents are suffering in silence.
It could be your coworker,
your child's classmate,
or your friend fighting to secure their next meal. But you can help.
ABC 7 is partnering with local organizations to help feed the Suncoast.
Go to mysuncoast.com/hunger to join the fight. Help us.
Help the hungry.
Performing on stage takes mental and physical preparation. But one thing I never thought to prepare for was cervical cancer. 91% of cervical cancers are caused by the human papillomavirus, or HPV. The good news is there are vaccines that can protect you or your children from cancer. I survived my cancer, but you can stop cancer before it starts. Talk to your doctor and go to thinkaboutthelink.org to learn more.
Thank you.
What are you doing?
You are the best protection she has. Buddy up. I'm Jill Harrington. Please visit helpsavethenextgirl.com and get involved.
Meet Blue. Blue's not feeling well. The prescription? Generic medication. Blue wonders, do they really work as well as name brands? Yes, generics and name brand medications do work the same. Even though they may look different, generics have the same key ingredients. FDA approval is equally rigorous for generics to make sure they're as safe and effective as name brands. And Blue even saves some green, making him a little less, well, blue. Talk to your doctor about generics and visit fda.gov/generic drugs.
Hurricane season is here, and so is the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC 7. This essential resource arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit, shelter locations, what to do with pets, and important phone numbers. Visit mysuncoast.com and download the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC 7. Brought to you by Batteries Plus, the Florida Lottery, and Sarasota Glass and Mirror.
In a few minutes, President Trump will meet with Russian leader Vladimir Putin in Finland. It's their first one-on-one and comes in the wake of 12 indictments of Russians accused of taking to the internet to help President Trump win in 2016. We'll have a live report at the top of the hour from ABC from Helsinki.
Plus, Amazon Prime Day is here. It kicks off today at 3 o'clock and it runs through 3 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon. A full 36 hours this time. What's new this year are big deals on Whole Foods after Amazon bought the chain last year.
And big celebrations in France after they won the World Cup 4-2 over Croatia. Yesterday in Moscow, the World Cup is held every 4 years. We'll see you in a few minutes with a special report from ABC News.